Hi, it's Miss Barb with 4-H, and today we're going to look at the 3 states of matter. Most of you in school have heard there are 3 states. You have solid, liquid, and gas. Water has all 3. Water is a liquid. When it freezes, it's a solid, and when you put it on the stove and you get the steam, that's a gas. The question is, which one takes up the most space? And we're going to do an experiment that you can do at home. There are a few safety issues with the experiment. You will need a container that has a tight lid. I just went and got, these are just simple food containers, miniature ones. You need the effervescent tablets, the ones that fizz when you put them in the water, and you need some water. You need towels. That's very important to cut down on the mess. And a measuring spoon is good. You can also have papers so you can write down your different observations. The safety is, once you start the experiment, when you put the lid onto the container, you do not point it towards anybody. You do not stand over it and look down at it, and you will see why in just a little bit. You also make sure that wherever you have it, you don't have a glass light directly above you or something like that. So this is one that is best with 2 people, that you would have your parent with you so that you could do it. And it's a fun way. With science, a lot of people have trouble understanding the different things about science. Hands-on is very important. It's the best way to completely understand this. What you're going to do is you can use a whole tablet, you can use a half. You'll want to use different sizes and see what happens, because it's going to vary according to the size of the tablet, whether it's the whole tablet or the half, whether you're using a tablespoon of water or a teaspoon, and that's where a piece of paper's good. Keep track. Which one reacts the quickest? Which one doesn't react? If you do not have a tight-fitting lid, this will not work. So what we have, this is our solid, and we're going to start with the whole tablet, and we're going to start by putting a tablespoon of water in it. If you have a second person, this is where they come in handy, because you have to get this lid on very quickly and securely. So one of you can be putting in the water while the other one puts the lid. You measure your tablespoon of water, put it in, put the lid, and take a step back. And this is when you can start counting how many seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Now, the question is, why did it do that? And the reason is we had our solid and our liquid, and together they created a gas. So which one took up more space? It was the gas, and that's why the top blew off, because there wasn't room for the gas in the container. It was creating more than the container could hold. The big question on that then is it going to be different if you use a different amount of the tablet and the water? What will make the most gas? This time we're going to use a half of a tablet, and we'll use a tablespoon of water again, but half of the solid. So we're going to put it in. And now you see why I said don't point it towards anyone, and watch what you have it pointing at, because as it comes off, it does come off with force. You saw that when it flew up. Will there be enough gas created with a half a tablet? Usually we have done this using a film canister These containers are bigger, so they may not react the same. If you don't have a tight lid to it, what do you think would happen? The gas could escape through the edges. And so you wouldn't have the same reaction that you have when you have a tight lid on it, that the gas has to escape by pushing the lid off. You cannot use a screw top lid, because with a screw top lid, it's going to be too much for the gas to get off. Gas can't unscrew a lid by itself. And if it was a smaller container and a screw top lid, you could end up having a problem with the container itself being broken if there's too much gas. Make sure you stay aware of the safety with this and try it out. It's a very easy experiment to do at home, and it helps you understand gas does take up more space than a solid or a liquid, or the combination of solid and liquid. If you do it repeatedly, you will notice that your container will start getting cold. That's because the type of gas that you're creating is almost like the type that is in dry ice. So your container's going to get cold as you keep doing it. Be aware of that if you want to do it a lot. And go to your library. They have lots of books on different hands-on science. The best way for you to understand any science concept is for you to read a book on it and try an experiment. Just make sure you're always safe and you have an adult's help with it, just in case you're doing something that has an explosion involved. Have a good day, stay safe, and enjoy science.